Hi. Okay, so last time we talked about factors. Factors are the numbers that you multiply together to make a number, like 2 times 3 is 6, 2 and 3 are factors of 6. Today we're going to talk about multiples. So multiples are what you get when you count by a number, okay? So we can just start with 2 and go through and show you all the multiples of 2 by marking them with the color. Okay, so 2 is the first multiple of 2, right? And then if we count by 2's, we'll see the pattern develops. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40. Okay, so those are all the multiples of 2, and it makes a nice little pattern, right? It's basically just skip 1, and it goes evenly into 10, so it stays nice and lined up. Okay, now if we count by another number that 2 goes into, we'll see another pattern develop. So if we go to 4, okay, so we start at 4. 4 times 1 is 4. And then we do 4 times 2, or like we add 4, we go to 8. And so we can see here that that was also a multiple of 2 because 2 goes into 4. And it just skipped 1, right? That's a multiple of 2 that it skipped. So the next 4 will be 12. 8 plus 4 is 12. Okay, and it skipped 1. So it's going to keep doing that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 16, 4, 8, 12, 16. Skip that one. Okay, the next one is 20. 24, 28, I'm just adding 4, 32, 36, 40. So the pattern we got here, counting by 4, marking all the multiples of 4, we can see that the multiples of 4 are also multiples of 2 because 2's can be used to make 4. So they're going to have all the same, well, all of the multiples of 4 are also multiples of 2. Okay, and we could do that with a different set of numbers like 3 and 6. So let's mark the multiples of 3. Okay, 3, and then if I add 3 more, I'll get to 6, right? 9, 3 more, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36, 39. Okay, so I marked all the multiples of 3. It doesn't have as nice and neat of a pattern like 2's did because 3 doesn't go evenly into 10, and my chart is set up on 10s. Okay, we can also see here that there are some numbers like 39, 15. They might sound like prime numbers, but we know now that 3 goes into them. So they're not prime, they're composite because they have 3 as a factor. Okay, so like 15 is a multiple of 3. When I count by 3's, I will say 15. Going backwards, 3 is a factor of 15 because 3 goes into 15. I can multiply 3 times 5 and make 15. So multiples and factors are related. Okay, multiples are what you get when you count by a number. Factors make that number. Okay, so I can use 3's to make 15. That means 3 is a factor of 15. Okay, when I count by 3's, I say 15. That means 15 is a multiple of 3. Okay, so now I marked all my 3's with orange. Now I know that I can use 3's to make 6 just like I can use 2's to make 4. So I would bet that we're going to see the same pattern with 3's and 6's that we saw with 2's and 4's. So I go 3, 6, 3. No, I'm counting by 6's, so I'm not going to start at 3. I'm going to start at 6. Okay, 6. And then the next 6 is 12. So we've got this same, here's a multiple of 3, skipped it, hit the next one. 12 plus 6 is 18, so I skipped one multiple of 3. Okay, 18 plus 6 is 24, plus 6 is 30. All of these multiples of 6 also have that orange dot because everything that 6 goes into, 3 will also go into. Okay, and then the next one will be 42. And we can also see that there are a few numbers that 2, 4, 3, and 6 all go into. So 12, for example, 12 is a multiple of 2, 12 is a multiple of 4, 12 is a multiple of 3 and 6. When you count by those numbers, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 4, 8, 12, 3, 6, 9, 12, you will always say 12, okay? The other way to say that is that 2, 4, 3, and 6 are factors of 12. They can be used to make 12. Okay, we've done 2, 3, 4, and 6. Let's do 5s. So 5s are pretty easy, right? Multiples of 5 now. Multiples of 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Okay? So those are all the multiples of 5. Those are all the numbers I say when I count by 5s, and I can go the other way and say 5 is a factor of 25. I can use 5 to make 25. 5 times 5 is 25. Okay? 5 is a factor of 35, and 35 is a multiple of 5, because when I count by 5s, I say 35. Okay, 7s. Let's get 7s. Okay, first would be 7, and then 14, 21, 28, 35, and then 42 would be next. Okay. 8s, multiples of 8. 8, 16, 24, add 8 to that, we'll get 32 and 40. Okay. 9s. 9. Let me ask you this: if I count by 9s, do you think I'm going to hit any numbers that have nothing? Think I'm going to hit them? I mean, it's a new number. I'm counting by a new number, but I won't. Why will I not hit any new numbers with 9? It's because 9 is made of 3, right? It's 3 3s. And I've already hit all the 3s. So the 9s, all the multiples of 9 are also multiples of 3. So when I go through and hit the 9s, I'm actually not going to hit any new numbers. I'm going to hit numbers I've already hit with 3. Some of them I've already hit with 6. Okay, so 9, 18, 27, and then 36, and then the next one will be 45. Okay, so those are multiples. When we count through by any number, we are counting its multiples. And if you look at the numbers, except for one we said was neither, right? If they only have one dot, they are prime. So 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. Yeah, I know 11 and 13 don't have any dots, but that's because I didn't count by 11 or I didn't count by 13. Okay, I also didn't count by ones. Everything would have a 1 dot. Okay, so prime 17, 19, 23. "22" only has 1 dot, but I know that I can make 22 by doing 11 times 2. Okay, so that's why it's not prime. It's composite. 25, I can do 25 times 1, and I can do 5 times 5. So it's composite. 26, I can do 2 times 13, and 26 times 1, so it's composite. 29 is prime. 31 is prime. 37 is prime. I think we got them all. Okay. So all the other numbers are composite because prime means you only have 2 factors, right? There's only one way to multiply and make that number. Composite means there's more than one way. And when you list out multiples, right, when I show that 2 goes into all these numbers, well, guess what? Those aren't prime because I can multiply something by 2 and get them. Okay. Same thing with multiples of 3. If I can multiply something by 3 and make a number, they're not prime. Okay. Multiples are numbers that you make when you skip count by a number.